Good evening and welcome to the Missouri ACAC Strive Scan Show Me Your Future, Show Me My Future webinar. This is the session tonight with Washburn University. And I just want to go over some quick, just kind of housekeeping details, just so you can get an idea of what to expect as we go through this here. So the way you ask questions is by using the Q&A button. The chat feature is disabled, so please use the Q&A button if you want to interact with the presenters tonight. Your camera and your microphone are off, so don't look for those buttons because they're not there. And so, and if you do want to sign up for any more sessions, please visit moacac.org to sign up for more sessions. And last but not least, these sessions will be available on the MOACAC website at a later date, so you can go back and watch them again if you need to. But for right now, I'm going to turn it over to Washburn.
Thank you. And I will get our screen shared here just really quick for our lovely PowerPoint we have tonight for you guys. Alrighty, we'll do some quick introductions first. My name is Savannah and I am one of the Missouri counselors from Washburn University. I work with the students above I-70.
And my name is Paige. I work with students from Missouri below I-70.
Awesome. And so tonight we are going to tell you a little bit about Washburn University, the school that's all about you. So just some quick fun facts about Washburn. We have around 6,500 students in total. Our average class sizes are 30 students or smaller. I can attest to that. I was a student at Washburn in my undergrad and now in my grad school. And the biggest class I ever had was 40 students and the smallest I ever had was 6. So that's including the professor. So you can get down to some really nice small class sizes. Speaking of professors, we have a 12-to-1 student faculty ratio with 96% of our faculty having PhDs or the highest degree possible in their discipline, which is a super awesome thing to have. We do not believe in TAs or GAs at Washburn, so all of your classes are taught by your professor who has that PhD or that master's degree, which is a really awesome thing. We have over 200 educational programs, which we will touch on a little bit later. We give around $53 million in scholarships annually, and we are NCAA Division II athletics.
So I will, sorry, Savannah. I will talk a little bit about what your life as a student at Washburn could be like. So we do have over 125 student organizations here at Washburn, so there really is something for just about anyone. But if you don't find an organization that's just right for you, you can make a new one. All it takes is you, 6 friends, and a faculty advisor, and you have a new club. That's literally all it takes. We do have Greek life on our campus as well, which includes 6 sororities and 5 fraternities. You can see all of our different athletic teams that are available there. And all athletic events on campus are free for students to get into, so you don't have to pay anything to go to any of the games. Our Student Recreation and Wellness Center on campus is actually ranked in the top 50 in the US, and that's for schools of all sizes. So big, huge schools with thousands and thousands more students than we have, and everything included, we're in that top 50. So that's a really nice facility, and that is also free for you to use as a student. We also have 4 different styles of residence halls, which we'll talk about a little bit more here.
And we are actually going to show you guys a video about our residence halls a little bit. Ooh, oh no. Why won't you play?
Give you double click it maybe.
Yeah. It's not wanting to do that. You know what? We will just exit out really fast and go to YouTube.
There we go.
We are inventive here at Washburn. All right.
So while Savannah's getting that pulled up, I'll just talk about them a little bit. So we have one residence hall that was just built a couple years ago. It's very new. That's where Abby and Elena are in the video that you see on your screen for right now. That's one of the community kitchens that's in that hall. Another popular residence hall for first-year students is the Living Learning Center. And so it's a little bit older. It was built in 2001, I believe, but both of those halls have suite style living. So you will still have a bathroom in your room. There are no community style bathrooms in any of our halls on campus, which is really nice. So, Savannah, any luck finding it?
Yes, I did. I'll just unmute it really quick and hopefully people can hear, but I have the closed caption on, so we're all good.
Awesome.
It's gonna buffer for a second, but we will get there.
You might have to reshare your screen.
Do I need to reshare it?
Still got the PowerPoint up.
Weird. It says I'm sharing. New share. We'll go to this one. I'm so sorry about these technical difficulties, everyone. Alrighty, we will start back from the beginning. Here we go. Is that working, Paige?
Can't hear it.
And everything, all the furniture comes with the suite except for the decorations that you see here.
As far as safety goes, we do have an RA on duty that lives within the halls with us. And then you also can use your iCard to swipe into the building and to swipe into your room, and each person will have a personalized code.
So we are now in the kitchen lounge at Lincoln. Me and my friends down here would like to make family dinners and just hang around and watch movies on the TV or stream something from our laptops.
Right behind this window is one of a couple of our laundry facilities in this building. You can either use your quarters or you can use money preloaded on your iPad called $5. Welcome to the Living Learning Center, another place that students can live on campus. In this residential hall, we have classrooms that you might have class in, and we also have 3 of the 4 learning communities: global citizenship, leadership, and first generation. Here we are in one of the rooms at the LLC. Many of the rooms in this building have 2 people per room and 2 rooms per suite. They also share a bathroom. Much like Lincoln, there's an RA on duty, and you have to swipe your card to get into your room for safety purposes. We also have amenities such as the laundry room, kitchen areas, and study rooms. Hey Elena, are freshmen required to live on campus?
Yes, freshmen are required to live on campus for their first year. They, however, can get an exemption form if they email residential living or call and ask for one, and they just have to fill it out. They can also live in Lincoln, the LLC, West Hall, but they cannot live in the village because that is for upperclassmen. Hey Abby, so where are students who live on campus able to eat at?
So students that live on campus are going to have a meal plan. One of the places we have to eat is called Lincoln Dining. It's a buffet style that's attached to Lincoln Hall. We also have the Union Market, which is kind of a court style eating place that's attached to the LLC. And then we also have the coffee shop over in Mabee Library that students can also use. Elena, how many students share a bedroom and a bathroom?
So there's no more than 4 people sharing a bathroom because there's 6 people to a suite who will have 2 bathrooms, but then 4 people would have 1 bathroom, so they don't share that. There's also some single options where there's like a Jack and Jill style, so 2 people might share that, but no more than 4. Okay, so Abby, do freshmen have to pay for cable, internet, or utilities?
No, so all cable, internet, and utilities are factored into the cost of room and board.
Clicked it one too many times. But that is one of our tours of our wonderful residence halls that we have on campus. I'm going to pull back up that PowerPoint we were looking at earlier. And Paige and I can both attest the food on Washburn's campus is actually really good. A lot of colleges that we know will say that, but we both love our union dining hall. Some of the academic programs that we have on campus are housed in one of these mini schools that we offer. So the College of Arts and Science, the School of Applied Studies, School of Business, School of Law, School of Nursing, and the Washburn Institute of Technology. You can find these located on our website at washburn.edu/AOS or areas of study.
So now we'll just kind of quickly show all of the different majors that we have. So if there's a particular major that you're looking out for, we'll just spend a couple of seconds on each slide here so that you can see if we offer one of those majors that you might be looking for.
And now we are going to talk about the Topeka, the capital advantage. So Washburn is located in the heart of Topeka, Kansas, and Topeka just happens to be the capital, which is really awesome. So it's centrally located, which means we are just about 10 minutes away from downtown and about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on which way you're going, down to Wanamaker, which is our other big shopping area that we have located in Topeka. Many companies recognize the benefits of a Washburn degree. So having the capital advantages means a lot of big companies come to have their warehouses in Topeka. So for some businesses, we have Frito-Lay's, Hills, Mars, Chocolate Factory, my favorite, and Goodyear, and a couple of others. For nursing and health-related fields, we have 3 major local hospitals located in Topeka with a bunch of clinics as well. So lots of really great practice for you there. Political science, you are just minutes from the state capitol. So not only can you learn about local law, but you can also learn about federal law as well. So that's a huge advantage if you're wanting to go into a law or political science field. Criminal justice, we have the Topeka Police Department, the Kansas Highway Patrol, and something that's really unique about the Washburn campus too is that we have a cadet training program on our campus that is trained by our university officers. For education, we have 7 Shawnee County public school districts and many private schools as well. We have a notable arts and entertainment district. So we have the Kansas Expo Center. So that's going to be bringing in a lot of those big traveling shows, which is really cool. We've had a couple of the Cirque du Soleil shows come and perform there. So always really fun for the students. Also brings in really big festivals. Cider Days is one of my favorite festivals that they host at the Expo Center. Who doesn't love cider and crafts? It's a wonderful time. We have the Noto Arts District, which has Art Walk Fridays, which is really fun. The Topeka Performing Arts Center and the Topeka Civic Theater. So they put on some really awesome shows. And then we have Forge, which is a Young Professionals of Topeka. And like I said, we host many wonderful festivals throughout the year. And Paige and I will share with you our favorites now. My favorite is called Tulips at Twilight. So during the spring, to welcome it into the season, Topeka plants tulips all throughout the city, but in one specific park, they light them up at night, and it's absolutely gorgeous. They also have an old-fashioned ice cream soda fountain there, so really good ice cream, beautiful flowers, all lit up in the night. It's just a wonderful experience and a great way to welcome in the spring. But Paige, what's your favorite festival in Topeka?
Mine is the Winter Wonderland festival they have out at Lake Shawnee, and it's like a 2-mile drive-through light show, and so that's something I get really excited about every December for sure.
Awesome.
So I'll talk a little bit here about campus safety, because we know that's something that parents especially and students as well are always concerned about. So we do have Washburn University specific police officers. So we have 4 to 5 certified police officers on duty at all times. And I think the most important part of that is that they are certified police officers. They're not security guards or anything like that. So they have had that additional training. We also have security towers located across campus, which is really great if you have locked your phone in your car, for example, and you cannot get your car unlocked to get in your car, right? So you can go up to one of those poles. They are very noticeable, have a big blue light on the top of them. Press the button on that, and that will dispatch a Washburn University police officer to that location, who can then help you get your phone out of your car and get your car unlocked. They do 24-hour video surveillance across campus. And they also, in addition to car lockouts, will do campus escorts if you're up late studying at the library at night. It would just feel a little bit safer having somebody escort you back to your residence hall. They can also do car jump starts as well. They do have additional security in the residence hall, which you might have heard Abby touch on just a little bit in that video about the residence halls. But you do have to swipe your ID card to get into the hall itself. And then you'll have to swipe it again to get into your room. When you do that, you have to punch in the last 4 of your social as well. So even if somebody picks up your card on the ground, let's say you dropped it, if they try to get into the residence halls, they're not going to be able to, because they do also have to have that additional code.
And also a story that I always love about our campus security with our police staff that we have on campus is from one of our other counselors. Her name is Maddie, and she was a student at Washburn as well. And she came to campus one day and it was pouring rain, and she had gone to the library to go do a study group, and she got an email from campus security. And she was reading it, and they told her that she left her car windows rolled down and it was pouring rain outside. And so she may want to go back to her car to roll up her windows. And I think that's just a really awesome touch. I don't know if a lot of campus security officers would care that much about their students, but ours do. And I think that's just something really wonderful to touch on. Something we are really excited about coming up here is our brand new indoor athletic facility that we are building. It is going to be an indoor track and field and cross country stadium, which is very exciting. And pictures, walkthrough of it was just posted online today, which was super exciting for all of us to see, because we've just been seeing it be built. But we're really excited to have this addition onto our campus for our athletic facility.
And next we'll talk a little bit about applying for admission, the most exciting stuff. So our application is all online. It's nothing too crazy. There's no like essay or anything like that you have to do. It'll take you probably 10 to 15 minutes really to fill it out. When you do that, there is a one-time non-refundable $20 application fee that you will have to pay at the end of the application. But we of course do offer application fee waivers to students who maybe have gotten an ACT or SAT waiver, or qualify for free reduced lunch program, or in a federal TRIO program, those sorts of things. And you can find out more information about that on our website as well, or probably talk to your high school counselor about that, and they can get you some more information as well. Once you apply online, we ask that you have your official high school transcripts sent to us. They can be sent either by mail, or a lot of schools prefer to just email them to us, and they can do that at that etranscripts@washburn.edu email address there. I know a lot of the ACTs over the last few months have gotten canceled. So if you are just now finally getting the opportunity to take the ACT and you are interested in Washburn, we encourage you to have those scores sent to us so that we already have those on file, and we can use those to consider you for scholarships as well after you apply. So if you want to do that, our ACT code is 1474. And then once you apply, you can track your application through your account, see if we've gotten your transcripts, and you can also register for events. So we are still doing on-campus events in person if you're interested and want to come to campus. So we are doing both like senior days, we'll have junior days in the spring, and then we're also doing personalized campus visits Monday through Friday as well, if you just want to come and meet one-on-one and go on a tour and meet with an academic department.
And then this is one of our pages for our financial aid. So we have washburn.edu/financial aid, or we have washburn.edu/scholarships. So the scholarships page is going to have a list of every single scholarship Washburn has to offer. So that goes with scholarships that the admissions office offers, department-specific scholarships, extracurricular extracurricular scholarships. That was a hard word for some reason. And then for financial aid, that's going to be the page you're going to want to go to for FAFSA information and for finding maybe outside scholarship opportunities and to be connected with someone from our financial aid staff at Washburn University. But to go over a little bit about our costs, so this is a breakdown of our estimated annual cost of attendance. So this is the cost per year. Tuition per credit hour is $309. So that times however many credit hours you take in a year will be your tuition for the year. So we just made 28 credit hours what you would be taking. So that'd be $8,652. We have a student activity fee of $110. That is the only fee you will see on your bill. It is literally a list of your classes with a $55 fee a semester or $110 for the year. It's super nice. I know my parents were like super shocked by it because my bill was half a page when they got it. It was literally all the additions, then all the subtractions, and then at the very bottom, a big grand total. So it was a very easy to understand bill. So with that all together for a student living off campus, that would be $8,752 for the year. Now, going in with room and board, that would be around $5,364 with a meal plan of $3,770. So a housing total for students living on campus is $9,134. So for all inclusive, we're looking about $17,886. And Missouri students, you do not have to worry. You do get in-state tuition. It is automatically on your account once you apply. We just see that Missouri residency and we just automatically put you in state. So you don't have to send anything to us, which is really nice.
So here I'll talk a little bit about the FAFSA. I'm sure you've heard this scary word before. I think it can be a little bit intimidating, but we're definitely here to help you through it as much as we possibly can. So the FAFSA stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, and it will open actually 1 week from today. So get geared up for that. So that's coming up here pretty soon. Important thing to know is that our financial aid priority deadline is November 15th. So it gives you about 6 weeks to get in there and get the FAFSA filled out before that priority deadline. Again, we have our Washburn school code down there. This one's a little different since it's for the FAFSA, and that's 001949. And if you're one of the early ones to apply and get that in before the priority deadline, you can expect to get a financial aid award letter from us in early December to early January.
And if your school is hosting a FAFSA night and this is your first time for you and your family filling out a FAFSA, I highly recommend that you do go. It is a little bit of a longer process the first time you fill it out and sometimes can get a little frustrating. So do feel free to make sure to ask your school. That is what they are there for, and they're more than happy to help. If for some reason your school isn't hosting a night, please feel free to contact either Paige or I, and we will be more than happy to help you with your FAFSA. Now, a little bit about federal financial aid. There are different education grants, which are awards based on financial qualification. There's a Pell Grant up to $6,345, the Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grant, which is around $800, and the Kansas Comprehensive Grant. Now, the wonderful thing about grants is you don't have to pay back the money. That is just the money the government is willing to give you to help pay for college. So grants are very exciting when you see those on your FAFSA. Now, something that is important to note when filling out your FAFSA, especially if it's your first time, is the Federal Work-Study Program. I was a part of the Federal Work-Study Program at Washburn. It's an amazing opportunity. So what happens is it's a little box on your FAFSA. Check the box because if you want to even be considered in the running. So there are limited spots on each campus for this. And so if you are awarded federal work study, you will get a federal work study approved job on campus. You do have to apply for that separately for the department of your interest. So I worked at the Student Recreation and Wellness Center on Washburn's campus. And what we did is I worked with my bosses to break down how many hours I needed to work to go into my federal work study award that I was given. And once we figured that out, we created my schedule. So it's a pretty easy process once you get awarded it. You just want to make sure you check that box on your FAFSA because otherwise you will not be considered for it. Federal student loans are awarded to all applicants. So it does not matter how much your family makes, you will get these loans. And it's around $5,500 awarded, subsidized and unsubsidized, and it's a 4.5 interest rate. And information for additional grants and loans are available on the FAFSA website. And if you want an admissions counselor or a financial aid representative to go over your package with you, please feel free to reach out to us. We are more than willing to do that, because I know it can be a little bit confusing when you just see it all together on a big sheet of paper.
So here we have our freshman academic scholarship grid. So on top of being eligible for in-state tuition, you can also get scholarships on top of that, which is exciting. So our scholarships do start at a 21 ACT and a 3.0 GPA. So you do have to have both the ACT and GPA in order to qualify for these scholarships. So those start at $500 and go up to $5,000.
And then we have a few other admissions scholarships. So the Ritchie Scholarship is the biggest scholarship that we offer at Washburn University. It is an invitation-only scholarship. So if you have a 3.9 GPA and a 28 ACT, we will send you an invitation, usually in early December, for information about applying for the Ritchie Scholarship. The Ritchie Scholarship is an essay competition. Our executive director picks the essay topic, you will write about it, send it in, and he will choose 3 winners. So it's not just 1, 3, which is very exciting. The award amount is $7,000. Now, something to note is that this $7,000 will replace your freshman academic scholarship if you are awarded the Ritchie Scholarship. And then we have the Garvey competition exam, which is an exam similar to the ACT, 200 questions, 2 hours to do it, but it's free for you to take, which is really awesome. And if you take this test, it's a 4-year scholarship if you are awarded one. So 2 hours for a 4-year scholarship is a really amazing opportunity. So the closest one for Missouri students would be either in Shawnee or in Topeka, Kansas. So definitely check out those dates available on our website for registration if you would like to take the Garvey competition exam. We also have the Shaw Scholarship, which is a separate application for students interested in pre-med or pre-law. 3.5 GPA and a 28 ACT is required for that, and it's a $1,250 scholarship. I don't know if Paige and I have mentioned this yet, but Washburn scholarships are stackable, which is super awesome. If you are college hunting, please make sure to ask if scholarships are stackable. Stackable scholarships mean that if athletics offers you a scholarship, music, and you get a education scholarship, you can keep all 3, which is really awesome. Some other schools may not allow that and may make you choose. So definitely make sure to be looking for that.
We do offer some other campus scholarships through different organizations and through different departments as well. And these, again, are all listed on our website at washburn.edu/scholarships. So we offer organization scholarships through our Leadership Institute in our honors program, which are both kind of co-curricular programs that you're involved in both the organization and either doing coursework in honors or participating in a leadership minor or certificate. We offer talent scholarships for athletics, music, theater, and art as well. For music and theater scholarships, those you don't have to be a major necessarily. In art, you don't have to be a major either in order to get scholarships from them. So if that's just something you're interested in and want to do for fun, or maybe just do a minor in but don't want to do it full time, you can still get scholarships for doing that. Marching band students, for instance, automatically get a $500 scholarship just for participating in the marching band, which is pretty sweet. Our different academic departments do offer scholarships as well. Some will start awarding to you as a freshman. Some wait until you're a sophomore or a junior and have been in the major a little bit longer. So just take a look on our website to see with those different specific academic areas what kinds of scholarship opportunities are out there.
And I will also note the theater scholarship is for on stage and off stage, which is really awesome. So if you don't necessarily want to be on stage, there are still scholarship opportunities for you in the theater department. And feel free to contact Paige or I. This is both of our informations. I just realized my last name is in bold on this. It's all lowercase normally. But these also have our cell phone numbers on them, and we have personal cell phones for our students. So feel free to call or text us on those, and we'll be more than happy to get back with you. And now that is it for our presentation, but we can go over a couple of common questions that we get about Washburn University. I don't know if we ever stated this, but a common question that Washburn gets all the time is, are we a public or private institution? And we are a public institution. Many people think because of our size that we are a private institution, but that is wrong. We are a public institution, which is really awesome. Paige, what are some of the other common questions that you get from students about Washburn?
Trying to think about ones that we didn't cover. A lot of people ask me about just what the atmosphere on campus is like. So I'll let you weigh in on this too, Savannah, but just to kind of start off answering that one, I would say that Washburn is definitely a very welcoming place to people from all over. Definitely. We have a pretty diverse student population. So we do get quite a few students from right here in Topeka, but we get a lot of students from out of state, like from Missouri as well. There's always something going on at Washburn, which is something that I love. So whether that's a free concert, or a couple of years ago, we had an Olympic gold medalist. Her name escapes me now. Savannah, help me out.
Oh, was it Allie Raisman? I feel like that's wrong, but that's right.
Yes, Allie Raisman was here just a couple of years ago and talked to our students, and students got to meet her. So that was a really neat experience. We offer different concerts, at least in more normal years, that are free for students to go to. Sometimes we'll have a magician or a hypnotist on campus, or just something fun like that kind of helps you get away from the stress of classes and just enjoy being a college student a little bit too. And I think it was just last week we had puppies and kittens on campus. Yep. To kind of help de-stress students a little bit as we've, gone full speed into the semester now.
Yeah, I always have noticed that Washburn is just such a friendly campus. I always was the person that kind of would notice lost students and immediately go up to them and be like, "Are you lost? Do you need help finding somewhere? Come on, I'll take you to your class," and stuff like that. But it's just a super friendly campus, and I have always really enjoyed that. As Paige said, there are so many fun things to do. I never really went home on the weekends. A lot of college students do that, but I never really did because there was always something going on. There was always something super exciting happening, which is really fun. And Topeka itself always has something exciting happening too as well. So really just keeping your eye out and also learning about the community that you're in, it can be super exciting in college, and going out and doing a bunch of those fun activities. We have an amazing zoo that is just a few minutes away from campus. If you want to either bike over there or drive over there, it has a wonderful dog park, a beautiful rose garden, an old time carousel, a water park, and the Topeka Zoo, and the new Japanese and wedding pavilion that we built over there. So it's an absolutely gorgeous place to go visit. But we have 2 other lakes located in Topeka that you can go walk around, which is super fun, and also lake activities, which is very nice. Plus just tons of other activities. Like Paige and I said, we both have our favorite festivals, and those festivals are held every single year. Even during this pandemic, they still held the Tulips at Twilight Festival, and I just thought that was an amazing thing to do to help bond the community together during these times and stuff like that. So definitely a wonderful place to live. I've now lived in Topeka for 8 years, and I absolutely love it. Now, some of the things we also get asked is there something interesting that draws students to your campus? And for me personally, it's the KBI. The KBI is the Kansas Bureau of Investigation, and the forensic lab is located on our campus, which how cool is that? And how many schools can say they have that on their campus? So if you are interested in crime shows, I know I am. I grew up watching NCIS, and I absolutely love the Crime Junkies podcast now. So when I was given the opportunity to take a class through it, Paige already knows what's coming because she knows the speech by heart. It is a class called Serial Killers. I know it sounds a little weird, but if you're someone like me who's just really into those crime shows and stuff like that, it was an amazing opportunity. The 2 teachers who teach that class are 2 KBI agents who actually caught the serial killer BTK from Wichita, Kansas. Insane. We got to watch the takedown video, the private interviews. We got to learn about the last meal. We got to learn about how he was found, like how they found out who BTK was, because no one knew who he was. It's so interesting. And I know there have been documentaries about him too, but just to hear it from the people is so fascinating. And that's a class that any Washburn student can take. It doesn't have to be a criminal justice major or forensic major. Any student can take that class. I was a communication major. It was one of my favorite classes. But Paige, what is something on our campus that you really love to share with students about?
So something a lot of students don't know about Washburn is that we have actually the largest nursing program in the state of Kansas. So the other thing with that is that we do accept students into the nursing program in both the fall and spring semesters. A lot of other schools will only do that in the fall semester. So if you had, just a couple of credits left to finish up before you were really eligible to start nursing school or to apply for nursing school, you wouldn't have to wait an entire additional year to get started in that coursework. You could start in the spring semester too, which is really nice. With that, we briefly mentioned it in our presentation also, but we're located within a mile of 3 major hospitals, which is huge. And actually just this week, they announced a new scholarship program with Stormont Vale Hospital, which is about a mile north of campus. So they will give you a scholarship while you're in school and then also guarantee you a job after graduation, which it's kind of a sweet 2-for-1 deal. So that's one of my favorite things to share with students for sure. One of our more popular programs, which kind of leads me into the next question that I get asked all the time is like, what's your school known for? What are your most popular majors? So I would definitely say all of our forensics majors for sure that Savannah mentioned. Nursing is a big one. And then another one we're really well known for is our law school. So you do have to get your bachelor's degree done first, obviously, before you can go on to law school. But we have a lot of students that want to get that bachelor's degree done here as well. So that's pretty popular. A lot of our different business majors are pretty popular. We talked about a lot of the different businesses here in Topeka that have internships for students. One of those is actually a company that was started by Washburn graduates, and it's called Advisors Excel. And so they do offer internships for students and then employ a lot of our students after graduation as well.
And they are a wonderful company to work for. And they just opened up a second campus, still located in Topeka. It is absolutely amazing how dedicated these people are. I actually got to know the 3 people who started Advisors Excel when I was a student at Washburn. They came to speak to us. And they are 3 amazing people. They actually went to different parts of the United States. One went to California, one went to New York, and one I think went to Chicago. And they all went to have these different jobs, and they work in the investment game. And they went out there and they came back just one year for a Washburn reunion, and they were like, we can do this so much better. And on a subway napkin, they wrote out their business plan. And 2 years later, they opened up Advisors Excel in Topeka. And it's absolutely insane how someone like that can do that. We also had a company 2 years ago that was started by Washburn grads who hadn't even graduated yet. Absolutely mind-blowing. They went to what's called a pitch competition, which our School of Business participates in every year for the United States, and they won it. And they won money to open their company, and they opened it right there in the warehouse district of Topeka, Kansas. Absolutely crazy. And if you want to know what their business plan is, it's a little weird, but it is alternative protein, and their alternative protein source is crickets. So the more you know. They did go eat at our president's house. They promised him that they did not sneak any of their crickets into his food, but who's to say? That's another thing that I think I loved about Washburn when I was a student is I actually knew our school's president really well, which is not something very common. A lot of people get to say. So in your freshman year, you take a class that's called WU 101. Dr. Farley comes to each one of those WU 101 classes. I don't know if I said this, but Dr. Farley is our president. He comes to each one of those classes and shakes the hand of each one of the freshman students and gives a speech. And he's an amazing speaker who has had some amazing life experiences. One of my favorite stories that he always tells students is about when he was in New York when 9/11 happened. And it is absolutely mind-blowing about the experience of what he went through and what it was like to be there during Ground Zero, but right next to Ground Zero. He was in a hotel just a block away. So to have that all happen and to be there and what it was like to get back to Kansas after 9/11. And it's just an crazy story, but it's so amazing to hear from someone who's lived those experiences. And that was another thing that I loved about my classes at Washburn. All of my teachers had jobs out in the real world and came back to teaching because they wanted to share those real world experiences they had, which was absolutely amazing and actually really prepared me for when I went out into the real world for my internship. So it was something that really drew me to Washburn that I really loved about it.
Yeah, Dr. Farley is definitely very accessible to students on campus and really wants to get to know their perspectives about what campus life is like. I was actually just meeting with a student. It was a really nice day, so we were meeting outside the other day when they were here on a campus visit. They were a junior in high school, and Dr. Farley saw us outside and came up and just started talking with us and talking with the family. So there are some people that go to schools for 4 full years and never see the president once. And at Washburn, you just might meet him on a campus visit. Who knows?
And I think that brings up a great segue page that we totally forgot to mention. We are doing in-person campus visits right now. So if you would love to come down and see our beautiful campus, please feel free to reach out to one of us to set that up, or you can register for one on our website. We also are doing event days. So if you are a senior, please feel free to come to one of our senior days that we are hosting this fall. And if you are a junior or a sophomore or even a freshman, we will be hosting all 3 of those days this spring. So definitely go on our website and be on the lookout for those. And any changes will be posted on there as well. So we are going to try and do in-person visits as long as we possibly can. Yeah.
Real quick, something I know that's probably on the minds of a lot of students and parents is COVID, obviously, because it's everywhere, right? So we've had very few cases on the Washburn campus. We're definitely not like on the border of shutting down or anything like that and going fully remote again. So things have been going remarkably well here, and very proud of our student body for taking that responsibility very seriously. So things have been really great here. Of course, we are still strictly enforcing social distancing, wearing masks on campus, and that's true for personalized campus visits as well as our event days too. So rest assured that if you do want to come visit us, that you'll be safe right here at Washburn.
And another great thing to mention about our university president again was Dr. Farley was actually walking around the campus the other day and gifting some Washburn students swag, so like t-shirts, water bottles and stuff like that for proper social distancing that they were practicing on campus. And once again, I mean, how crazy is it that a university president who has meetings scheduled throughout the day will actually take the time to go and walk around the campus and talk to the student body and see how they're doing, especially during these trying times. I think it's an absolutely amazing thing that happens. But I feel like all of Washburn is really like that. I remember when I was a student on campus, if I missed class, I had like 7 texts on my phone asking where I was everything okay? And one of those texts was usually also from my campus professor as well. So that is a great thing about the Washburn community is we all really care about each other and we all really want to make sure that we are all doing okay, especially during these hard times, which is super amazing and just goes to show how much our professors actually care about the students, which is one of the biggest benefits to have with college. So definitely 2 thumbs up.
Well, I don't see any questions or anything in our Q&A chat, and our time is just about up. So we'll go ahead and wrap this up for now. But like we said, if you have any other questions or want to reach out to us, feel free to do that. All of our contact information is on the website. So if you just visit washburn.edu, you can find everything that we talked about today there.
Great. Well, thank you very much. That was wonderful information and appreciate you taking the time to share that with everybody. As we wrap up here, I just want a couple of reminders for everybody. There is going to be a quick survey at the end of this to let us know how this session was and how we can make improvements to these information sessions. You can also sign up for more sessions at moacac.org. And then this and all the recordings from the sessions will be available on the moacac.org website. So please take advantage of that. For now, thanks again for joining us. I hope you found the information helpful and have a good rest of the evening. Bye, everybody.